Welcome to the Holy Bible Study with Shelby. Today is Exodus chapter 22. Make sure you have your King James Version Bible, pen, paper, and patience. Men, family at the table. Exodus chapter 22. And this is going to start off talking about property rights. Okay? So if you open your Bible to Exodus 22, and we'll get started. Okay, and it reads, if a man should steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he should restore 5 oxes for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. He have to restore double, more than what he did. Okay? I mean, you're going to have to pay more now. Okay? Once you get caught. Okay? Verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there should no blood be shed to him. That means somebody breaking your house and you kill him, you don't have to worry about no death. You have the right to defend your home. Okay? It's right here. Just read it, get some understanding. You clearly, if a thief be found breaking up what? Breaking up anything of yours or in your house. Break it in. Okay? And you catch them. You know, today we got cameras all over the place. We see them coming. Even if you try to, I mean, they don't have enough sense to know you got camera, and they'll still try to try to do you harm. Don't make no sense, but that's what they do. Okay? God letting you know you can take care of business. Verse 3. If the sun be raised upon him, there should be blood shed for him. For he should make full restitution. I mean, you can sue him if you catch him and you didn't have to kill him. Like you found out who did it, they're going to be civilly sued now. And if he have nothing, then he should be sold for his theft. That means, if you don't have the money to pay you, he can be, put in prison. Back then, he was, put out of the camp, sold. But we know what that means today. You can still civil sue them. They ain't got enough money. You keep on, and they don't pay, they go to jail. Verse 4. If the thief be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he should restore double. So if you find them with your property, they have to pay double. Okay? Let's move on. If a man should cause a field or a vineyard to be eaten, and should be put in his beast, and should feed another man's field, or the beast of his own field, and of the beast of his own vineyard, should be made restitution. I mean, you can sue somebody, the animal, you got a nice little garden over here or something, fruits or vegetable garden, and somebody else's pet come over there and just eat it up, and tear it up, and carry on. Once again, it goes back to people being responsible for their pets. Or whatever pet you have, who cares? You better keep it in check, because if you come on property and tear up somebody else's yard, vineyard, whatever, you're gonna be sued. That's the way it is. It's God's law. It's what, people just go by the law and still thinking matters in their own hand, want to knock on the door of neighbors, start jabbing jaws at each other. Next thing you know, somebody get hurt or die. This is called the law. Okay? Verse 6. If a fire breaks out and catches a thorn so that it stacks on corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, he should kindle the fire, should make restitution. So whoever started the fire and that caused damage to other people's property, they're going to be sued. This is what this is talking about. You got a field with corn or whatever, it don't matter. Whoever started that fire is held responsible. 7. If a man should deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. So if you gave somebody to watch something for you, and all of a sudden you came back to the man, hey, pick up whatever you gave him, and he said, man, somebody stole it. Okay? And then once you find out who stole it, they got to pay double for it. Okay? That's when you bring the laws in, of course. You don't take things into your own hand. Okay? Verse 6. And if the thief be not found, then the master of the house should be brought unto the judge to see whether he had put his hand unto the neighbor's good. So now, if the thief can't be found, now we got to go in front of the judge to find out, are you lying about somebody taking it, or do you really have it? Okay? Well, that's the first thing to do. It's the best thing to do. Let the law get involved. Verse 9. For the manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challenge to be his, the cause of both parties should come before the judge, and whom the judge should condemn, he should pay double unto the neighbor. So, if you found guilty, you're going to pay. It don't matter what it is that you trespassed and took. Okay? If you get condemned for it, you got to pay for it. Double. Verse 10. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man see it. Verse 11. Then should the ox of the Lord be between them both, that he had not put his hand into his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it should accept thereof, and he should not make it good. Okay? Let's go to verse 12 for a minute. And if it be stolen from him, he should make restitution unto the owner thereof. He be sued. The word sued in here is plain all over here, all over the place. Restitution. Okay? 13. And if be torn into pieces, then let him bring it for a witness, for he should not make good which was torn. This is if the animals got away and somehow another beast tore it to pieces, ate it up, whatever, then it wasn't the man's fault. And it's like he made it happen. Hey, the animal wandered off and got attacked, okay? Let's go to 14. And if a man borrow aught to his neighbor, and be hurt or die, the owner there being not with it, he surely make it good. He has to replace it. You know, if you borrow, you know, somebody's anything, you know, first animal, whatever, is what it's talking about right here, and it be hurt or die, you got to replace it. No ends, nothing about it. See, God have these laws. It's man that muddied it up. Verse 15. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. And it be a hard thing, it came for his heart. He's still responsible. You still can sue him. You used it. You let this, like a horse. You have a horse and you let somebody use it, make it hurt, or torn to pieces by something. Hey, you should have took care of it. Somebody give you stuff, let you borrow something, you gotta take care of it. You can't give somebody something that was good and then give it back to them broken. That's why sometimes it's always never loan your things out. That's one of the biggest fights you can have. Somebody break you something and they want to act dumb, like, well, maybe it was already broke before you gave it to me. Man, come on. You know, so if we, wait, let's continue. All right, this is pretty deep stuff here. Verse 16, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he should endow her to be his wife. That means, okay, the woman ain't married or been engaged with anyone, but he enticed her to lay with her, which that means sexually. That's his wife. That's how he was back then. They ain't had no rings, jumping brooms back in slavery day, rings today, all this commodity, how they make out for marriages these days. You know, when I got married, I said I do, but I didn't put no ring. My faith was with God, and I know God will keep us together. Sometimes we have to separate. The goal is to try to fix the problem and get back together. Okay? But these days, you laid with a woman, that was your woman. That was your wife. Okay? Unfortunately, until we get into the Word of God, we found we've been a lot of men, a lot of women that should be our wives. Okay? But that's how it was then. Verse 17. And if her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he should pay money according to the dower of the virgin. The father has to pay for this not to happen. Of course, I would. Okay. Verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. A witch. Yeah. Witch, warlock, all the demonic things they got going on. Read it again. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Warlock, it doesn't matter. The whole cult thing. Okay? Clear as day. Verse 19. Whoever so lie with the beast shall surely be put to death. Bestiality. I'm going to get into, you know exactly what he's talking about. Verse 20. He that sacrifice unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he should utterly be destroyed. So you sacrifice to any other god, God gonna deal with you. Okay. Verse 21. Thou shalt thou shalt never vex a stranger, nor oppress him, nor ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. So he's telling Israel here, don't mistreat other strangers. What's other strangers? Other nations. Don't oppress them. At the time, Israel was in charge. God was on their side. He was making sure, hey, okay, I know I'm with y'all, but let's not lose your minds and think we can just mistreat other people, other nations. Okay? Well, that should be the case today, but unfortunately, people not in the true God and this Holy Bible, the truth, we would probably respect each other a lot more if we got the real truth instead of that false doctrine them wolves are giving out there. Okay? 22. You shall not afflict a widow or a fatherless child. You can't mistreat them. Here's a woman without her man, and that man comes along, and you're gonna beat her up. You're gonna mistreat the children too. I never could understand, where are the men, the uncles, the cousins, of women who get beat up by another man? Where are these fathers and brothers and uncles and cousin men at? How do you let this woman get beat by another man? By a man. He's a coward. Get the law involved. Why no? I'm not advocating that you should, where the father, man, or uncle ought to go and get physical. Get the law involved, at least. I find it very sad to know about women out there who's getting beaten by these cowards. And women can be divisive too, but 90% is men, okay? Anyway, verse 23, if thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. You do it, he's going to hear their cry, and he's going to deal with you sooner or later. A man out there who beat on women and mistreat the children, God's going to deal with you sooner or later, some form or fashion. And my wrath should wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword. And your wives should be widows, and your children fatherless. He's going to kill you. With what? The truth. When he say he's going to kill you, that's the truth. Physically or spiritually. 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon his usury. We got loan companies who takes advantage of people who need money. They throw all this interest on you, make it hard for you to pay it back. Back in this time, that God didn't go for that. What he gave you, allow them to give back what they gave to you. Don't throw a bunch of this and that and make it hard for them to pay it back to you. I'll give you loan. If you ask me for $20, then I'm not going to say, well, you got to give me $25 back. That's usury. That's taking advantage of somebody who's, obviously less fortunate than you are, and you making it hard for them to pay it back to you. Okay? That's where God's going with this. If thou at all take, verse 25, 6, if thou at all take by thy neighbor's raiment to pledge thou shalt deliver it unto him by the sun going down. This raiment is like a blanket or something. You know, you borrowed it and pledged you return it. He's saying, don't let the sun go down. He don't have it yet. Okay? Verse 27, for that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. I mean, it might be cold. He might need it. So make sure you return like you say you would. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass when he cried unto me that I will hear, and I am gracious. I mean, he's going to make sure he get that back, and you're going to pay for not giving it back right. 28, thou shalt not revile the gods. Notice this lower G. That means other gods. And what he's saying is, it's not, you know, sometimes if you're a Christian and you see Muslim or Buddhist and you talk down to them or you talk about their God being disrespectful, hey, that's not none of your business. You focus on your God. You worry about your God. If they want to worry about our God, then that's on them. But if you acting like them, where you're exchanging, you know, dirty, you know, you're getting, people getting fights over this stuff. You got Christians and Muslims fighting and, you know, all kind of crazy stuff. God said, do not be involved in this. Let me read again. Thou shalt not revile. That means disrespect, you know, criticize, whatever. That's not for you to do. Your job is to teach your God's word. Don't worry about their God and whatever they're doing. You got to stay focused on your God. Nor curse the ruler of thy people. So whoever that nation is, whoever their God is, you leave them alone. If that's what they want to believe, hey, don't argue with them. Don't debate them. You know, you see people in the street on social, especially on these podcasts and all this stuff, way out there with them horns and mic, engaging, putting yourself in harm's way. My God don't want you doing that. He'll deal with that. Okay? Sometimes, you know, the Word of God could really kind of keep you around for a little while. Verse 29. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of the ripe fruit and of the liquor, and the firstborn of thy sons shall give unto me. Well, we're going to find out a little bit more about this in Leviticus, but we do. And these children, and the first fruit would go to the Levite priests, and they would be servants of the temple. You know. Okay. Verse 30. Likewise, shalt thou do with thy ox and with thy sheep 7 days it should be with his dam. On the 8th day thou shalt give it me. So you got to give your best to the Lord on the 8th day. Okay, verse 31. And ye should be holy men unto me. Neither ye eat any flesh that is torn of a beast in the field. Let me roadkill. I remember years ago when I was in West Virginia, in Ohio. I mean, I see deers get roadkill. And I literally see people throw them in the back of the pickup and then drive off with them. They were talking about, right, dinner. God's saying you don't eat things that have been torn by another animal or even roadkill type done. No. Ye should cast it to the dogs. Okay? You know, so even chapter 21 gave us ordinance and property rights we got here in 22. I mean, there's so much law and civil ways that we're supposed to treat each other and have respect for our counterparts, us being men and women, that if we just follow the truth of the ways of God, we all be in good shape. Okay? So with that said, do your own homework. Go back and read and get your own understanding. Okay? Because all these so-called theological graduates and scholars and all this great stuff out here, they're not chapter by chapter, verse by verse. Yeah, I'm amateur with this, but you know what? You're doing the will of God, He pleased. And that's all who I'm trying to please. And if you got any knowledge out of this, share it. We're supposed to share God's will. We ain't supposed to keep it. We're supposed to share it. Okay? With that said, be happy, stay safe, and thank you for your time.